Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Archie's Briefings. I'm your host, Arshel Branch, and today, you guys, we are going to talk about the killing that took place, the stabbing in Texas between Carmelo Anthony and the other young man, the victim, Austin Metcalf. I got a lot of feelings about this, a lot of feelings, so we're going to discuss that today. However, if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so that way you never miss an episode. If you would like to support the show, you can go ahead and you can cash at me at hashtag Arshel Branch. The link to that is in the description at the top. Scroll up, hit the link, and you can go ahead and support the show that way. Share this video, like this video, and without further ado, you guys, let's go ahead and let's talk about this one because I got some stuff to say. So let's go ahead and let's talk about that, shall we?
There is something that has been on my heart that I did want to discuss. Discipline is a huge part of being productive, being lucrative. I am not for anything that goes against true productivity, true sovereignty of the individual. The choices that we make are what's going to be up for judgment.
All right, you guys. So as I said in the open, we're going to talk about the stabbing that took place. Carmelo Anthony, a teenager, killed Austin Metcalf, another teenager, and Austin Metcalf died in the arms of his twin brother. Now, you guys know, I'm a twin, so I had a lot of emotions about this. It would have taken everything out of me not to just turn around and beat the crap out of him. I would have risked my life trying to stab somebody after they stabbed my twin sister. Like, y'all playing games. Yeah, no, it's a different feeling. It's one thing to be siblings. It's a total different feeling to come into existence with a whole other person. It's like, I knew you before our parents did, okay? That's how that goes. I was created at the same time that you were. That's the miracle of twins and triplets and so far and so on. So there's a connection and a bond between this twin that to lose them like that in such a violent manner, I would have lost my mind. I would have absolutely lost my mind. Now, with the details that we are getting from this story here, is that there was a back and forth. He was sitting under the tent because it was raining. He wasn't supposed to be there. This is Carmelo Anthony. He was not supposed to be under this tent, the sports event tent, and he was under there anyway. They were trying to move him. He got frustrated and he pulled a knife and stabbed him. Some are claiming that this was self-defense. Others are claiming that this was murder. And to be frank, just from the little details that I'm getting, it's not the whole story, and I don't want to just jump to conclusions here, but from what I'm hearing, this sounds like murder, possibly manslaughter, but there's no way that he should just get off, or he should just get away with this. Now, some of the, I would say some of the people who are spectating, who are looking at this, are saying that they would like to encourage the death penalty, and I'm not in favor of the death penalty. I'm pro-life. I do not support the death penalty. However, again, I'm a twin, so my objectivity is kind of shaken at the moment because I don't know if I would be sitting here saying that I'm not in favor of this death penalty if it meant killing the person who killed my twin. Like, I would lose my mind. I would lose my mind. All reason, all pro-life would just go right out the window. Yeah, nah, you can kill the killer. Go ahead, do it. I don't even care. I would let my morality go if it meant getting not just justice, but vengeance on behalf of my twin sibling. So I totally get this. Now, the reason why I bring this up is not only just the fact that this young man killed a twin and he died, Austin Metcalf died in the arms of his twin brother. It's the fact that thousands of dollars were raised. It was raised for Carmelo Anthony. And just make you think, white people don't do this. They don't do this. When a white person kills another white person, they don't try to raise money for them. When a white person kills a black person, white America doesn't raise money for them unless they see that there is a serious injustice. And really the only name that comes to mind is Kyle Rittenhouse. Like, that's the only name that's coming to mind right now. When it's life or death, it seems like it's Kyle Rittenhouse. Kyle Rittenhouse, okay? He was not allowed to have a GoFundMe page. And that was actually found in self-defense. We got in front of a jury, and what happened? Found not guilty. Because if Kyle Rittenhouse wasn't able to get any GoFundMe, why is this young man able to do that? And my objectivity is shaky, so I'm being honest with you guys. My objectivity is shaky because, I don't like the death penalty, but you did kill his twin brother, and he did die in the twin brother's arms. I would have been furious. You can kill him. That's how it feels. And my objectivity is shaken. And I don't want to have to, constantly keep saying I'm pro-life. I'm pro-life. I am. However, objectivity kind of shaken right now. I am a twin. So this really bugs me right now. And I don't like the fact that Black America decided they were going to raise money for someone who could be found guilty of murder here. Okay? This kid is not innocent. He's not. He did pull out a knife all because somebody was trying to move him from under a tent. I don't care if it's because you're a thug, which we don't know, or for the moment you were temporarily possessed by a demon. I don't care. I don't care. You had no control over your emotions, so much so that You decided to pull a knife and stab this young man in the chest and he died. I mean, and of course, Black America has to come out and they just have to defend this young man rather than letting the justice system do its part. This is annoying the crap out of me. Don't call me Black anymore. I'm over it. I'm over it. If what it means to be Black is that we have to send money and defend potential criminals or defend people without having all of the details, then don't call me Black anymore. This is annoying the crap out of me. And I know people are going to get in the comments and they're going to say, "Oh, Rochelle, you're being mean. You're being disrespectful." Well, when I look at you, I see a Black person. If being Black means celebrating criminality, if being Black means that we are going to defend anybody who was Black, even though they could be guilty, then I don't want to be Black anymore. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So I'm going to pull up, you guys, a video of Charleston White. This guy, I mean, sometimes he's just hilarious. But like myself, he has a real, obsession as well as disliking for the celebration of thoughthood, thuggery, criminality. And so I'm going to pull up this clip from TikTok because he pretty much just lays it out. Now, the audio is not the best because he was outside recording this, but I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to run that clip for you guys. Let's go ahead and let's run it, shall we? All right, guys. So this is the TikTok video of Charleston White. I'm going to run it now.
Can't bless Black people because Black people got a heart of retribution and vengeance and violence and anger. They want to get back at white people. No wonder Dr. King them could get some things and we can't. Because Dr. King them said, "Hey man, don't hit them back. Hey man, don't hit them back." And them people got way more. Now this group say, "Let's kill them. Let's kill them." But your kids, you hear about kids every day in the hood schools getting bullied, but y'all don't have this much outrage for bullying.
Clearly, I'm gonna leave it there because the audio isn't all that great, but let's just read the bottom of this together, shall we? Okay, it says Charleston White goes off on the Black community for creating a GoFundMe for Carmelo Anthony, even though he murdered Austin Metcalf. So we're raising money for murderers now. You deliberately killed this young man and you didn't have to do that. Black people, I can't. I can't. I'm gonna come out of this video here, you guys. I'm gonna come out of it. I just find this incredibly disrespectful to the family. The father comes out, he does interviews, and he says, "This is not a race thing. Don't make this a race thing. I don't believe this young man killed my son." I'm paraphrasing here, but this is generally what he's saying. He doesn't believe that Carmelo Anthony killed his son Austin because Austin was white. He does not believe that at all. Yet Black America is making this a race thing. Oh no, you're only trying to say it's a murder because he's a Black kid who killed a white dude. That's what you're saying. He's a Black kid who killed a white kid. And so you're making it about race. Therefore, you want justice for the white kid. So you're going to charge him with murder. I mean, no, he could have killed a Black kid and we'd still be asking for the same thing. Is it our fault as a society that Black America does not care nearly as much about Black victims? Because I don't see y'all raising money for the victims in Chicago. Every time somebody gets shot, every single time somebody dies. Where are you on that? Where are you raising money to deal with all the Black Americans who were violated by illegals? I didn't see you raising money for those victims. Yet we're crazy as conservatives. We're crazy as just normal, average people who think that this is a problem. Yeah, no. Don't sit here and say that you care about justice. You're social justice warriors. I don't care about your Black nonsense. Your Black power. My God beats your God every time. This is ridiculous. And I'm a twin. So this bugs me. Normally, you guys, I would be adding fancy clips. I would be doing all that today. But this episode, it's not that. This is serious. They decided to raise money for someone who we haven't even had in front of a jury yet. So now I got an article for you guys. I'm going to pull this one up for you. This is going to be the last thing that I show you today because I really don't want this video to be that long because really I had a lot to say, but it doesn't have to be that long. So I'm going to pull up the article, you guys, that talks about the GoFundMe page where they raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for this young man who was not even put in front of a jury yet. I can understand you wanting to raise money for the family because he destroyed not only the family of the victim, but his family as well. So let's just pull up the article for you guys next, shall we? All right, guys. So this is the article here. This is done by the Independent. That's the name of this website here. So it says here, Carmelo Anthony's online fundraiser has raised over $160,000. Let's go on, shall we? An online fundraising effort has raised $160,000 within days of being set up to help defend teenager Carmelo Anthony, who is facing a murder charge over the stabbing death of Austin Metcalf in Texas this month. So let's just talk about that for a second. Okay, so the justice system, the police are charging him with murder. They're charging him with murder. So this isn't, that we're reading too much into this. The police department came out and said they're charging him with murder. Okay, that's just the first thing. Let's keep going. This comes days after another crowdfunding platform canceled a fundraiser for the suspect when it was in the thousands. The fundraisers come after Metcalf, a 17-year-old Frisco Memorial High School student, was stabbed to death on April 2nd, stabbed in the chest. Police arrested Anthony, 17-year-old. He is being held in Collin County Jail with a bond set at $1 million, facing a first-degree felony murder charge in a case that has drawn widespread attention. The earlier page set up for Anthony alleged that the teen was jumped by Metcalf and his twin brother at a track meet on Wednesday, and that Anthony knew at least one of the brothers. The page described Anthony as a respectful, well-mannered young man with zero criminal history, not even a blemish. Yet he's walking around with a knife in Texas. You're walking around as a minor with a knife at a high school. Why? Why? Like, why did you need a knife in the high school in Texas? Tell me, why did you need it? You're 17 years old. You're walking around with a knife. I couldn't get away with that in Brooklyn. First of all, in Brooklyn, you can't go into any building, okay? Not into any high school without ringing off the metal detectors. This would never have been allowed. Let's keep just going to the bottom here. But by Monday, the fundraising page had been removed. Thank you. A spokesperson for the platform behind the page told The Independent in a statement, they prohibit fundraisers for the legal defense of violent crimes. You see what we're saying? So even though the fundraising website made their position clear, because, right, you didn't allow Kyle Rittenhouse to have a GoFundMe page because these were violent crimes in which he was being charged with, right? Of course, the jury found that he was not guilty, that this was self-defense. They found him in that regard. That's the whole point, right? Any more than you can crowdfund through these websites on, when you look at the Daniel Penny case in New York. So this wasn't that. This wasn't Daniel Penny. This wasn't Kyle Rittenhouse. Okay. This wasn't any of those things. This wasn't even DaBaby defending himself. That's not what this was. Okay. This young man pulled a knife and stabbed a kid in the chest, killing him. And that brother died in his arm. And he died in his brother's arms. He's charged with murder in first degree. This isn't a little thing. This gets you the death penalty. Now, like I said, normally wouldn't advocate for the death penalty. But because I'm a twin, I understand the sentiment. And then he died in his twin brother's arms. Like, yo, look at the face of this young man. He's looking like, I don't even know what happened. He might have been temporarily possessed because they're saying he doesn't have a criminal history. Yeah, you might have been momentarily possessed that you decided to take action in such a violent way that took the life of another teenager. Now, your life is ruined. The family's lives are ruined, both yours and the victims. But the justice system is not going to take into consideration you being temporarily possessed. I don't care that you were temporarily possessed. I don't care. You're supposed to have control over your spirit, your physical self, and you clearly weren't doing that. I'm going to come out of this article, you guys, and wrap this whole thing up. Now, like I said, normally I have the funny clips. I have way more videos, more interaction. The videos are usually a lot longer than this. There's not that much to say. If Black America is going to sit here and raise money for someone who is charged with first-degree murder, you don't even know because the jury hasn't decided what it is yet. Now, don't tell me that we're jumping to conclusions when you are deciding to raise thousands of dollars, $160,000. In other places, people are saying they raised $200,000. They're going from one fundraising platform to the next because they're so desperate to get money to this young man for his legal defense. Don't call me black if this is what you're going to keep on doing. I'm over it. It's 2025. How many times we got to do this? How many times do you need for an America First conservative, for any American who doesn't look at race, to say, stop with your antics? Stop it. Instead, you're raising money. You are defending him. You're saying it's because the victim is white that we care so much. No, that's not what it is. We care because a teenager just murdered another teenager in broad daylight, in front of how many people? Dozens of people, including the parents of the victim. He had no care in the world that all these people were there. That's why we care, because they're teenagers. And a teen just murdered another teen in front of a bunch of witnesses. So, I mean, come on. There's a witness. They're witnesses. You're going to sit here and say that we're making this up? It's like with the track star people. We're supposed to sit here and pretend like she didn't just bash this girl in the back of the head. Like we didn't all just watch that. My eyes are not lying to me. I'm not being deceived by any of this. I've seen every single angle of this. I don't think that the father is making it up. He was sitting right there. I don't think the brother is making it up. He was standing right there. So were how many dozens of people who saw this young man stab Austin in the chest? If being black means celebrating criminality, if being black means that we got to sit here and defend a murderer, a teen murderer, again, I don't care that he doesn't have any priors. Like that matters. No, sorry. I don't care that you were a good person before you committed murder. I don't care. I don't care that you weren't a criminal before you did the horrible deed. I don't care about none of that. It takes one bad day. You are one bad day away from being Carmelo Anthony. One bad day away from being the bad guy. Y'all get in the comment sections and let me know what you think about this. I know people are going to tell me why they think I'm being harsh, that, oh no, Arshella, you look black and you are black and that's your people and you got to care about your people. My people are not criminals like this. My people are not criminals. And people aren't going around murdering each other like this. Okay? They're not going around murdering innocent people. I don't care what he said to you. I don't care that he was trying to kick you out of the tent. I don't care about none of that. You could have punched him in the face. This could have been a fist brawl. That's all this could have been. Just two teenage boys being stupid teenage boys. Instead, now you're a murderer. I don't care. I don't care. If the family says that this is what they want, I'm not going to die on that hill and try to defend or argue against why they shouldn't get it. I'm not going to do that. So again, y'all get in the comments. Let me know what you think about this. Black America wants to raise money for criminals. I'm not one of them. So don't call me black anymore. I'm going to leave it at that. Love you guys. I will see you all tomorrow. And that's about it. And let's pray for the family. Pray for the family and well travels to Austin Metcalf on his way to the king. So God bless the family. And and be with the family of the perpetrator as well, because they didn't ask for this either. So we'll pray for all of them. We'll pray for the victims and the family. So like I say about that. Love you guys. Talk to you later. And God bless. Kepla.